Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram Dakshine Lakshmano Yasya Vame tu Janakatmaja Purato Marutir Yasya Tam Vande Raghunandanam Om Namah Shri Tulasīdāsa Sadvarishthāya Dhīmate Pūritam Hrudayam Yena Rama Premamrute Name Rama Premamrute Name. Hari Om. We are looking at this wonderful episode in Ramcharitmanas, where accomplished, very highly spiritual seekers too, sometimes unknowingly, they get into, I don't want to call it trap, but then they can't help themselves. They get entangled into their own ego, and then only Lord can help us. And that is the Narad Muni's Upadesha. Narad. See what Parvati ji asked, how did Rama Bhagwan takes avatar? Now you see Akhandananda Swami, who I really admire and learn from it so much. He became sadhu at the age of 19, very early age. He is to say, if the owner of a landlord is there having so many estates, he is free to go anywhere. If a gardener sees his master is coming, he can't ask master, why did you come today? You're supposed to come next month. Can he ask? No, he can come anytime. Master can go anywhere. So that if we truly accept Lord Bhagavan is the master of this world, he really doesn't need a reason to take avatar. But there are also different reasons we can point out. That Paritranaya Sadhuna, very elaborate Gita ji has given. But also many other reasons. In this one episode, there is one more reason Lord is going to say. See, our Shastras are so wonderful. Even in Bhagavatam, when baby Krishna, to kill him, that Putana demon came. Putana, you know that, right? And then he breastfed him. And then Bhagavan smiled. There are, I tell you, in Bhagavad commentary, there are 53, 55 different versions, different commentaries on why Bhagavan smiled. And they're so sweet. All of them. So we have to be in satsang to enjoy that. Anyway, so today Bhagavan is going to tell one more meaning. But Indra, you may be knowing what, must be remembering what story we have come up to so far. Now, Indra Bhagavan, Lord Indra got a little scared. Although he is in affluent everything, but he thought Narad Muni is going to take, he wants my position. So he sent Kamadev, and when Kamadev returned, he said, Narad Muni is a great, accomplished, I couldn't disturb him, and he also doesn't want your kingdom of heaven. He wants God. So Indra said, oh, he wants God, let him have it. I don't want God. I want the pleasures and all this dance festival and everything that I want. Let him have Bhagwan. I don't know. So I'm worry free. Thank you. But then when Narada heard this, that Indra said this, oh wow, he got little. So he met, when Abhiman, we're going to see the analysis, and he comes to Shankar Bhagwan, and Shankar Bhagwan is Sambudina Upadesha Hita Nahi Narada Hi Sohan. He didn't like it. Now, suddenly, Shankar Parvati Katha has now gone to Yajnavalkya Bharadwaj video cast. And there Yajnavalkya Muni says, Bharadwaj Muni, listen, Kautuka Sunahu Hari Ichha Balavan. Now, Kautuka, there are many meanings of word Kautuka. In our regional languages also the Kautuk word is there. And Kautuka means sport. What they call as Vyanga-stuti, means sarcastically, like, little babies, 3-year-old, 4-year-old, they chant sometimes that Guru Stotram, and they don't chant perfectly, but say, oh, what a nice chanting. No, encourage them. So we do various things. So that is also called Kautuka. Hmm. So Yajnavalkya Muni says, Bharadwaj Muni, listen, now see what's going to happen. Hari Ichha Balavan. The Lord says this is when He wants, He can make happen things in a very sportily way. Hmm. Okay, so we'll see. So see, what we learn from Narad Muni is, or what we are supposed to learn is, spiritual practices, like worldly practices, effort, they too bear fruits. This is upasana pada, or what we call as siddhi, you may say. Siddhi. See, for those who are addicts, for them we have siddhi. We can say no to no to those substances. And those who are addicted, they say, oh my goodness, for them it is such a difficult thing. So for them, it is a siddhi. It is a most difficult task to come out of that substance abuse. So each one's perspective, the spiritual practices too bear fruit. And a true speaker accepts this upasana phala with gratitude. It's called as prasad buddhi. It's not me, see Bhagwan, how much I did, I deserve this. No, that's not a right way to accept the upasana phala. Since seeker always remains to make sure it is alert and vigilant. Yet always see we are alert and vigilant. And if or else what happens is if our let ego steal the credit, then what happens is it gets flared up. Now, if flared up ego demands attention. That's what is being fed to all this social media. That why you had something, you wear a new dress, you're happy, okay, be happy. Why you have to tell everybody? But then see, ah, they must have known this principle, all these social media people. They must have studied Ramcharitmanas. I know you disagree, but they must have. So then the end result is we go away from God. Now I teach Chinmaya 9, 10 graders. And say, who is God? I don't like. I don't accept God. Okay, to them we say, if you don't accept God, that's fine. Replace it with your goal. Because without doing our duty, can we attain our goal? No. So even if I've got good grades in midterm, if I start boasting about it, then I lose the focus in studying. Yeah, so we can't afford to do that. We can't afford to go away from our goal. Or in a spiritual such this thing, our goal is Bhagavan. Okay. Now what happened next? So Kautuka Sunavu Hari Ittha Balava. So see, Lord Shiva gave advice out of his pure heart. But why it didn't work? Lord Shiva is a great teacher, Adi Guru. So how come this advice didn't work? Two reasons. One is that advice was given unasked. Narad Muni didn't ask advice. He said, I have come here to listen to my praise. I don't want advice. Uh, and then second reason is I have ego, when someone tells me something, I don't get it. That ego prohibits from getting the good words also. So this advice of pure heart, this is called as hitopadesh. Hitopadesh. Unasked, he gave out of love, out of compassion. Then, where we stopped last time, Raj Muni said, and this Shivji, he doesn't get it. I think he's jealous of my position, my skills, because he got angry and he burned Madan, that Lord. I think I'll try my father. So he goes to Brahmaji. That's where we stopped last time. But in other Puranas, there is elaborate discussion on what Brahmaji didn't say or say. But in Ramcharitmanas is the essence of all different Ramayanas, and it is written in Sadhaka's point of view. So in Ramcharitmanas, he only said he went to Brahmaji, and nothing is mentioned. What happened? So the great saints give commentaries, another different commentaries now on Only saints can understand what Brahmaji could mean. And he said, oh my goodness, my son is how some only Lord can save. And then if I tell him, he won't listen. So he kept quiet. And Narad Muni said, all fathers are like that. They never appreciate my good qualities. So one parent was telling me, Arvind, help me. My son says you are the only one who criticizes me. Mother is saying, mother was telling me, my son says you are the only one who criticizes me. Everybody prays. What can I do? So I told her, try this. Tell your son. I told mother, tell your son that I'm your coach, not admirer. That's why I have to see Federer has coach or not. Yeah, he has a coach. All these famous players. The coach may be 55 years old. The Federer may say, you go, you show me how to serve. The coach may not able to serve. That's a different thing. But coach knows. They actually pay the coach. Yeah. Anyway, so Narad Muni said, Lord Vishnu is the real one. This father is like that. All fathers are like that. See this parampara, this tradition is so long. So that son think that father never appreciates anything. Old was like that. So this is called as advice by silence. Mauna Upadesh. Okay, now let's see next. So on page 66, Chaupai third, we'll see.
अर्षि मिले होती रमानिकेता बैठे आसन ऋषि समेता बोले भी हसी चराचर राया बहुते दिनन कीनी मुनि दाया कामचरित नारद सब भाषे यद्यपि प्रथम बरजी शिवराके अति प्रचंड रघुपति कै माया जेहि न मोह अस ओ जग जाया रूख बदन कर वचन मृदु बोले श्री भगवान तुम्हारे सुमिरन देह मिटही मोह मार मदमान.
So beautiful. So he went and seen Lord Vishnu. So as soon as Vishnu Bhagwan saw Narad Muni, he got up. He said, oh Narad Muni, come, sit. He gave his baithe asana rishi sameta. Come on, sit next to me. See, nowhere here is mentioned Naraji did pranam to Vishnu Bhagwan. Is not mentioned. See, very subtle it is. And then he asked, oh Muniji, what happened? In many days you didn't come here. You didn't show your compassion and kindness, blessings on me. What happened? Immediately Narad Bhagwan started. Kama Charita Narada. Oh, Bhagwan, I went to Himalayas and I like to meditate, of course. And you know what happened? Kamacharita Narada Sabhabhase Kamacharita. See how I defeated? Jadyapi Prathama Biraji Siva Rakhe. Shivaji, although he warned him, still told on his own. He said, अति प्रचंड रघुपति के माया ये ही न मोह असको जग जाय. So Tulsidas said, other mayas, Indra Bhagwan, other mayas are prachanda. Vishnu Bhagwan's maya is ati prachanda. Ati prachanda Raghupati ke maya. See, to delude Muni like Narad Muni is ati prachanda maya. He's saying, wow, this fellow got deluded. And then what happened? Doha means we have to do dohan. We have to think on. Rukha badana kari bachana mrudu. Hmm. He, on his face, he could see the displeasure on Vishnu Bhagwan. Arey, my Shishya has become egoistic. He must have made some sad face. But Naraji didn't notice it. But Bhagwan's words are soft. He didn't like it. Huh? Tumhare, and you know what he says? Oh, Narad Muni, yes, yes, I fully believe your calm story because chanting your name, all the passion and lust goes away. He didn't say chanting Vishnu Bhagwan's name. He said chanting your name. See, that at that time, any must have gotten it, right? Like, oh, what is he saying? But no. Rukha badana kari. But Naraji was not looking at his face. He was just listening to his words. So, tumare sumiranate mitahi moh mar madaman. He said, Naraji, you are so great just chanting your name. So, see, advice of pure heart didn't work. Advice of silence didn't work. Hmm. Now, advice of sarcasm followed. Hmm. So, this is called Hitopadesh, Mauna Upadesh, and Vyanga Upadesh. See, when we used to be in high school, in school, mm, when they used to send this what you call report, quarter, third month, 6 month report, progress book. Hardly progress was there. At least I'm talking about in my perspective. Hardly any progress. So we used to keep it near dad's desk and then hide somewhere. And then when dad used to say, "Oh, Pandit ji, come," so that means he has seen my progress book. Oh, great scholar, come. So that means kuch gadbad hai. Oh, Vyanga Upadesh. This is called Vyanga Upadesh. Hmm. So he used to get late for the dinner. So he say, "Oh, where did these great warriors coming from? Which war? Why are you late?" Anyway, so let's see the Vyanga Upadesh. Very nice it is. Hmm.
सुनो मुनि मोह होई मन ताके ज्ञान विराग हृदय नहीं जाके ब्रह्मचरज व्रत रत मति धीरा तुम्हि की करई मनोभव पीरा नारद कहे सहित अभिमाना कृपा तुम्हारी सकल भगवाना करुणा निधि मन दीख विचारी पुर अंकरे गर्भ तरु भारी बेगी सोमय डारी नौखारी पन हमार सेवक हितकारी मुनि करहित मम कौतुक होई अवश्य उपाय कर विमय सोई तब नारद हरि पर सिर नाई चले हृदय अहमिति अधिकाई श्रीपति निज माया तब प्रेरी सुनहु कठिन करनी तेहि केरी बिरचे मग मम नगर तेहि सत जोजन विस्तार श्रीनिवासपुर ते अधिक रचना विविध प्रकार
Lord says, this is now advised by sarcasm. Hmm. This is what is happening. So he said, Suno Muni, Muni, Moh hoi manatake. How can you be deluded ever? Because jnana birag hruday nahi jake. That delusion and lust only comes to that heart where there is no knowledge and no dispassion. See, in this you would see this Vyanga Upadesh as a Siddhanta, as a principle, everything what is said is correct. But to whom it is said, it is in sarcasm. Hmm. See how the art of Tulsidaji's poetry and how much things you have loaded into it. So what is said as a principle, correct. But to whom it is said, that episode is, he said, oh, you are a Matidira, Brahmacharya, your buddhi is always in Brahmacharati. You have taken that vow, Vrata, and you have gone beyond all this. Tumai karai manobhava pira. And Narad says, oh, yes, yes, I know. Narada Sakayu Sahita Abhimana. And but on superficially he said, but Bhagwan, Krupa Kumari Sakala Bhagavan. It is all your grace. But in mine, I did it. how do you know this? We'll see the Chopa is based on that. So Sahita Abhiman, Bhagwan says. Now see, one answer quickly I will say. How did Bhagwan know? See, Bhagwan is Antaryami or not? Right? You agree? Huh? So it is in your and my heart, right? Now, can you tell yourself a lie? Try. To others, I can tell lie. But can you tell yourself a lie? How come? So Bhagwan is Antaryami. He knew the inside of Narad Muni, what is going on. And that power comes not just by knowledge, not by siddhi, but out of love also. Sometimes see these first graders, KG, senior KG students come home. Mom, as soon as she sees that boy or girl, she knows something is wrong. What happened? How do you then? And then when mom says, they say, how do you know? You must have experienced it. How do you know? That comes because of intense love. Identification happens. So love, out of love, we can be one with the Lord. With jnana, we can be one with the Lord. With yoga, we can be one with the Lord Siddhi. All these principles, Siddhanta are correct. So he said, but then, so he knew, he was just saying superficially, Krupa Tumari Sakala Bhagavan. He said, oh Lord, you are great. And then, so Karunanidhi, Lord is Karunanidhi. He said, what to do? Karunanidhi mana dikha bichari. He said, Ura Ankurehu. I think the ego has sprouted in this, which will become a huge tree very soon. Garva Tarubha. Garva is ego. Oh, Bhagavan saw that he got the sprout in his heart. So Bhagavan said, oh, I have to take out this. Now the spring is coming. You remember this when you do the weeds from your garden, okay? So he says, Begi so me dari hu ukhari. And why so? Name bhakta pranashyati. Pana hamar, pana prana. Prana hamar sevaka hitaka. Lord says, I am seeing the good of all my devotees. That is my vow. Name bhakta pranashyati. Pana hamara sevaka hitakar. And he says, Munikara hita mama kautuka hoi. Now see, another time word has come. He's going to come one more time. Kautuka. Now what is this? Bhagavan says, sitting here in Kira Sagar, Lakshmi ji is, massaging my feet. I got bored. I need little outing, maybe he said. So I said, I can accomplish both things. I will do Munikara hita. I will do good to teach a lesson or whichever way of Narad Muni. And Mama Kautuk Hoi. And let it be some fun for me also. Mama Kautuk Hoi. Yeah, Bhagavan said, let me have some fun. Yeah, Mama Kautuk Hoi. But both are there. Munikara Hita, Mama Kautuka. And then when next time comes, when this word comes, we'll see what is lacking. Because somebody is also doing the Kautuka of word is going to come. So, but when Bhagwan does Kautuka, Hita and Kautuka are together. There's yet another way, depth of Ramcharitmanas. See, when Bhagwan sports, it is called Leela. And when you and me sport, we get into trouble. Without doing also, I'm expert in that. I get in trouble. When I say I'm in trouble, they say, Arvind, but then you don't generally do anything. How can you get into trouble? So I'm expert in that, getting trouble. So Anyway, so we'll see. Narada, Taba Narada Haripada Siranai, Chale Rudaya Ahamiti Adhikai. Hmm. So he did namaskar to Bhagwan and he said with Aham Adhikai. See, although Na, 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 Naradji said, it's all your grace, you'll say, how did Bhagwan know? I'll tell you a true incident. See, great Swamis, they have this power. See, Ramakrishna mission is 150 years happened before it, and there some of the Swamis have seen they were in direct contact with the first direct disciples of Thakur, Ramakrishna Paramahansa. So one of the Swami told me this. He's an accomplished Swami. He's a head of a center, I won't name it. And he said, Arvind, when I was a brahmachari, young one, I was posted, and this I'm telling you story of Swami Brahmananda, called in Ramakrishna Mission Parivar, he was known as Rakhal. Many of you, I don't know how many of you are familiar with direct disciples of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. So he came to Nagpur Center in Maharashtra to inaugurate, and then he inaugurated and went back, and then he posted this brahmachari and things happened. And then few years back, Brahmananda Swami, with one very old and fragile, he visited Nagpur Mutt. At that time, this brahmachari was there, and that there Brahmanandaji fell sick. This story must be back in 47, 48, I don't. So that time, phones were like trunk call only used to be there. So he was admitted to hospital, Nagpur. And then, so the secretary of a mission, he was also a direct disciple of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, he called this brahmachari and he said, hey, take care of Rakhal Swami. Take care of him. He said, sure, sure. Thakurji will take care of everything, this brahmachari said. So you know what his secretary said? He said, listen carefully. I don't trust Ramakrishna so much as you do. But I trust you more. I will hold you responsible if something happens. He knew that this brahmachari is just saying out of his head that, okay, yeah, Gurudev will see everything. Not he immediately knew, and the Swamiji admitted. He said, I was like that. For anything there, Swamiji will take care of it. His words are still ringing in my ear. He said, look, now see, the secretary of All India Ramakrishna Mission secretary says, look, I don't trust Ramakrishna as much as you do. It's a sarcasm. Vyanga Upadesh. But I trust you. I know you. You take care, and if anything happens, I'll hold you responsible. So he said, that awakened me. My inner personality got shaken up. And I said, I thank that Swami. So not just say, yeah, we must do our best. Only Lord blesses us only when I do my best. That satisfaction. Pujya Gurudev used to make fun of anybody who says, Swamiji, bless me. He used to say, bless means what? He said, put your hand on my head. So he used to jokingly, sometimes he used to, looking at the disciple, he used to do, sometimes he used to say, then what will happen? So when he used to ask like this, we used to melt in our, used to feel like dying only, like if he makes fun of us like that. He said, what will happen? He said, somebody, devotees used to say, Swamiji, all my worries would go. He said, Beta, I don't have those powers. But I won't disappoint you. The moment I get powers, you will be the second one. Because I will put that hand on my head first. Vyanga Upadesh. It works splendid. So see, only message is work hard and prosper. The phalam Bhagwan gives, we have to work hard. Whether we want to become spiritual or not, we must work hard, diligently, sincerely. Anyway, so much with this. So he went. Now, what did Lord do? He said, Sripati Nije Maya Tava Preri. Now, Lord asking his Maya Shakti, come. Suno Katina Karani Tehi Keri. Do something. And immediately what happened? Birechevu Mahu Nagar Tehi Satajo Jana Vista. Maya Shakti with Lord's instruction, immediately a huge city, sprawling city of 700 miles long city was, huge city was built. Nivasapurate Adhika Rachna Vividha Prakar. Even Vishnu Loka, even 100 folds better, prosperous than Vishnu Loka. The city was generated just by his wish. You'll say, how come? How can such thing happen? See, if you and me want to go to ticket for Super Bowl ticket, we have to worry, right? But does someone, do we have to worry about how that, who is that? Somebody is trying, whether they are discussing, somebody is going to attend the Super Bowl from some, coming from Japan somewhere. I said, do we have to worry about it? How would they come? Where would they park? Do we have to worry about it? No. They said, please come, please come. See, when you have that powers and that wealth and that thing, things happen. You don't need to do anything. And here we are talking Lord of whole universe. Like that, he created the Nagari. Now, Naradji, of course, he was, Swamiji used to say, he was curiousu. Curious. What is this? What is this? Like Jidnyasu. Curioso is not Sanskrit word, okay? I just made it up. So it was a very beautiful city, and there so many young people, young, handsome men and beautiful women were there, and their king there was Seelanidhi. He said, who is this? Whose city is this? Narad Muni got surprised. I generally move all over the world and almost I know everything. And how come I miss this city? What is this? And there everything looked very divine. So Seelanidhi. And what is happening to Seelanidhi? There his Kanya, Vishwamohini, is getting married. And then her beauty is infinitely better than even Lakshmi Devata. Now, Vishnuji himself created it. Of course, it has to be beautiful and most enchanting. So Naradji decides to enter. Muni Kautuki, again, Kautuka. Muni Kautuki Nagari Tehi Gayaho. And he asked everybody, but then see, so people recognized him. Again, Kautuka. And people recognized him. They did his puja. King also recognized him. Oh, Muniji, come, sit. Kari puja Nrupa Muni baitha. The king made him seated. And he said, oh, Muniji, you are great. Muni, you have come. Please see my daughter's hand. Uh, uh, I'm worried, Each father is worried about his daughter's marriage. So, so please look. So see what is in the future. So he saw that. And you know what? In Sanskrit, Tulsidaji has avoided all this, he's just given the gist. But in other Ramayanas, the Sanskrit language is so powerful. The word is composed in such a way. So here it is how Naradji read, whosoever she marries will become immortal. Whosoever she marries will be king of the whole universe. And whole universe, chara achara, means moving, non-moving, they will serve him to whosoever she marries. In Sanskrit, the krachana is such it can be done where the both meanings are possible. It says that person will marry her or she will marry this person. Either way, it can be interpreted. But Naradji thought, oh, if she marries such, then suddenly a thought comes. Maybe, he says, he got just wow. And although he saw all these things in that Kumari, Vishwamohini, his thought was occupied with something. So to the king, he just told something he told, but he got out from that place thinking, how could I marry her? He saw those lakshanas, he called those things, but he said, to king, he didn't say anything. He just said something, he just told. But in his mind, Kachuka Banai Bhupasana Bhashi, he told him something. And there he said, Jehi Prakara Mohi I, Barai Kumari, I want to marry. Naradji said, I. And then, but Naradji, you are a Muni. He said, I know, but japa tapa kachuna hoi tehi kala. When we are deluded, japa tapa kuch nahi hota hai. Like, I go home and I get angry. Then Meda says, hey, Arvind, you just told in a congregation, be quiet, be angry. So what happens? Japa tapa kachuna hoi tehi kala. Hey Vidhi, Milai Kavana Vidhi. In which way Milai Kavana Vidhi Bala? My mind is occupied. How would I marry her? That's all Narad Muni is thinking. Hmm. So now he is thinking very deep. Cut the long story short. We are not covering this in detail because it's just the episode, not much I shouldn't say spirituality is not there, but not the messages in the sadhaka point of view. You may be all knowing the story. So let's just see what I have skipped. Because I don't want to skip the story part. Um, so, uh, okay. So he thought somehow I need to get married with her. Okay. So, and at that, when he was thinking, again she passed in that mandapam. And the episode here, just he walked like a white swan. And he already is thinking all this. So he said, I must do something. So let us see what Narad Muni thought. Hmm? Okay.
हरिसन मागो सुंदरताई होई ही जात गहरू अति भाई मोरे हित हरि सम नहीं को एही अवसर सहाय सोई हो बहुविधि विनय कीनी एही काला प्रगटे प्रभु कौतुकी कृपाला प्रभु विलोकी मुनि नयन जुड़ाने होई काजु हिये हर शाने अति आरती कही कथा सुनाई करहु कृपा करी हो सहाई आपन रूप देहु प्रभु मोहि आन भांति नहीं पावहु ओहि जेहि विधि नाथ होई हित मोरा करहु सो बेगी दास मैं तोरा निज माया बल देखी विशाला हिय हसी बोले दीन दयाल जेहि विधि होई परम हित नारद सुनहु तुमार सोई हम करबन आल कछु वचन न मृषा हमार.
Yeah, this is the wonderful. He's now asking help from Bhagwan's help. So there's so many things to learn. And then after this, what happens, I'll quickly tell. But let's see. Now he says, how to get married. Now see, he knew how his rupam is. Narad Muni, he knew. So he said, with this, my face, I don't think she'll marry me. So I need to ask beauty from Lord. That itself is a very deceitful way of winning someone, right? To display something which I am not is not a good thing. Yeah. But they said, Harisana Mango Sundar. Now I'll ask Hari, Lord, to make me beautiful. But now I'm getting late. What to do? She's already gone to the mandapam. Harisana Mango Sundaratai. Now, see, now next sentence, he is having already ideas that I want to become beautiful, somehow look handsome. And then he says, More hita hari samapaunai. Only Lord is the one who can make me. He knows what is best for me. Means what? He'll make me beautiful. But, so here, the upasakti is there, but upasakti phalam is not there. Upasakti means to whom I say is my master. That what you call, that is the verdict of my intellect, that my ultimate hita, good, is Bhagwan will give. That intellect has given. But my actual behavior is not like that. I know I shouldn't get angry, but I get angry. Means what? I have that jnanam that I getting angry is bad, but I don't get that jnana phalam because my behavior is not as per my knowledge. So there are two things: knowledge and action that follows knowledge, right? So now see this, when we get deluded, see how Tulsidas ji wonderfully, see this Ramcharitmanas is just not katha. See how he is unfolding. See, when I am deluded, I say what I say. I already made an algorithm in my mind that I want to become beautiful. And then Lord is the one, more hita sama nobody else. Why he is going to go to Lord? He is avasara sahaya soiho. He is the only one who can help me. For what? Make me beautiful. And then Bahuvidhi Vinay Kini Tehi Kala, he appealed to Lord in every which way. He was a great spiritual seeker. Pragateu Prabhu, Kautuki Krupa, like Bhagwan immediately appeared there. But here see, both words together, Kautuki Krupala. Because he made all this sport to make Naraji be aware that how his dispassion was temporary. See, Vivekananda, some of his sentences are so piercing the heart. He said, once in a while, again, he says, okay, this is not my sentence. He says, once in a while, any fool can make some splendid work. But to do it consistently is the beauty. He said, once in a while, any fool can make a fantastic work. My condition is if I do once in a while something, I say it for next 10 years, I keep telling. His words are. So he appeared, Kautuki, but Krupal. And then he said, Prabhu Biloki Muni Nayana Judaye, Hoi Kaju Hi Harsha. So he saw in his eyes, Bhagwan thought, and he realized in Naraji in his heart, thought, now my work is done. Hui Kaju, my work is done. See, when he appealed to Lord, so when Lord came, that itself is a phalam, isn't it? But no, what he wants phalam is, I will become beautiful. See, Lord would have some saint have said, Lord would have been much happier or appreciative had he said, I want to marry her. Why unnecessarily? See, it is like saying, when I'm in distress, I say, Lord, a green card karao. Green card. Then after green card, I know what to do. That's what, in other words, that is what I'm telling, isn't it? When I pray to Lord, Lord, please do my green card. Means what? Up to green card, I don't know. But after green card, I am okay. अरे भगवान से मांगना है तो just say भगवान make me happy any which way. But that I'm not that. My buddhi is manda, ati manda. But you see how the conflicting things are. I just highlighted. Alternate he goes. But that's what happens. Okay. Then what happened? And then he gave him all the story. Ati arati. Intensely he said, Karau Krupa, Lord, please do compassion on me, that my work is done. And then, Apana Rupa De, he said, Lord, give me your Rupa. Make me beautiful as yours. Ana Bhati Nahi Pavo. I don't think by any other way. And then again, to make it sugar coat. But I asked this, but Lord, Jehi Bidi Nata Hoi Hita Mora. Whatever is good for me, Karau so begi. Do it quickly. Dasame Tora. I am your servant. So some commentaries have written, he may saying Dasame Mora, but he has become already Das of Vishwamohini. Some commentators have said, I'm not telling what I'm thinking. So, see, actually, it is like us only. Sometimes I do this. I can see myself in Naradji, probably worse than him. Hmm. I say, Jehi Vidhi Nata Hoi Hitamora, and I'm your servant, but then do what I say. Don't do what you think is good for me. Remember that young boy story I told you last week? Hmm? He went to ask for a car loan. Did I tell in this class or not? Yeah. I said, sir, I came here to ask money, not advice. Don't give I something I didn't ask. Hmm. So I said, do me this way. So Bhagavan says, Nija Maya Bala Dekhi Bisala, Apanu Rupa Dehi Prabhu Muhi. So, so these again two conflicting appeals to Lord, mm, opposite to each other. So Bhagavan here hasi bole Deena Dayala. So why did he Bhagavan laugh? He in his heart he laughed inside, not openly. Why? Bhagavan said, oh, Nija Maya Bala Dekhi. Bhagavan said, oh, I didn't know my Maya would boost. Is that great? Bhagavan said, oh, my Maya is pretty powerful. He may have just patted his own back. He said, oh, wow, I have that. I could delude the Narad Muni. Oh, he said, oh, my powers are great, not bad. This is comment. See, these commentaries, when we read, this story comes very close to our they humanize the Lord, have a dialogue with it. Okay, then what happened? So he tells Lord Narad Muni, Jehi Bidhi hoi paramahita, Narad sunahu tumar. Narad Muni, listen. Jehi Bidhi hoi paramahita. See, Kathopanishad all says prayas and shreyas. Many of you may have known this term. What is immediate good is prayas, but what is ultimate good is shreyas. What is ultimately good for me? Somebody giving me free ticket to Super Bowl, but then if my exam is there, even sit they give me sit next to something. But no, I don't want. मेरे हित का नहीं है. So Bhagavan says, because what Bhagavan says, Name Bhakta Pranashyati. Those who have taken the vow, they want to become spiritual seeker. Soi hama karabana ana kachu. He said, remember, I will do only that. Bachanana mrusha hamar. My word won't fall short. Ragakula reet badi chali aayi, prana jai par vachana na jai. That is a tradition has come. Lord says, my words will not go false or faulty. That same thing I'll do, what is for your ultimate good. Sui karaba, I'll do it. And then he gives him one more advice. Hi vidhi hoi paramahita. Listen, Narad Muni. My words will not go in vain. And then he gives him one more chopai. We didn't chant it, but just one more chopai. That Kupata Maga Ruja Vyakula Rogi. He tells Narad Muni, if a sick person goes to a doctor and asks something which is not good for him, Kupatha. See, this is called Patya and Ku means bad. Kupatya, Rago. Vaidana Dehi Sunahu Munijo. What a good doctor would give that thing that is not good for the patient. Same way, he be in the same way, he be the hita tumhar main thayahu. Lord says, I know what is good for you. Kahi asa antar hita prabhu bhai. Saying this, Lord went to his. He became antardhan. See what Lord told him. Now, see, we say Lord is antaryami. Now, we'll make this Narada Katha, we'll bring this to our own heart. We'll make it more personal, each one of us. So, what Bhagavan told Narad Muni, Name Bhakta Pranashyati, these my words will not go in vain. I'll do only that is what is good for you. And I know what is good for you. Ehi vidhi hita tumhara main thayo. Bhagavan is saying. So, things are happening in our life also. Why, what reason or what intellect or what logic can I say that they are against Lord's wish? Can I come up with any logic and say the things happening in my life are not as per Lord's wish? They must be as per Lord's wish. If I say that I am Lord's devotee, this applies to me too. So the choice is given, as Puja Gurudev used to say, things will happen in my life. How to face it is my choice. It is no guarantee that if I become spiritual seeker, doesn't mean I may not fall sick or some bad things won't happen to anyone. They'll happen as per my prarabdha, karma bhoga. It'll happen. But how to face, how to divinize my efforts, is it? Let us say, I'll give you an example. Let us say my next door neighbor, where we live, where many Indian origin Asians are there. They didn't call me for Super Bowl party. So should I feel insulted? I said, thank you for not calling. Happy. I'll get study here and then I have some other things. I'm happy. Why should I get insulted? Isn't it? So in like Super Bowl, some other thing. They didn't invite you for this wedding. Okay, thank you. Who wants to go there and listen to gossip and all those things? Simple things, not are they too hard? Am I telling too difficult? These things. Anyway, those things have already happened. They are not in our hand. But I can how to interpret it is in my hand. See, when this I was reading this, I can make it more personal. I have no logic to say that things happening in my life are against Lord's wish. You also think. If I declare I am Lord's devotee, then Lord is doing all this what He's told Narad Muni. Does it make sense? Kupata Magga. See, that is, he gave the analogy also. Ehi bidi hita tumhara mein thayahu. Okay. Now what happened? Now we have 5 minutes, about 2 minutes. I quickly tell what happened. See, so Naradji thought his face has now become very beautiful and he's sad. But see, he asked one meaning of the word Hari is like there are actually 37, 38 meanings of word Hari. Go check. Halayu, Shabdakosh is there on internet, everything. Don't check now. Afterwards you check. One of meaning of word Hari is monkey. Bhagwan made him monkey face. But Bhagwan is Kautuki and Dayalu. So he made it such that only, not everybody didn't see, only the Vishwamohinis could see him in a monkey form. See, in these 3D movies, you get special glasses, isn't it, to wear. But if I'm not wearing, then I can't have 3D experience. So Bhagwan gave 3D vision to Arjuna, he gave it to Vishwamohini also. Anyway, it was his creation. Like in your dream is your creation or not? Yeah. You could do anything in your dream what you want. So Bhagwan gave only to her. And it just so happened that Lord Shivaji's Rudraganas, they have special powers. So they were also, messengers, Lord Shivaji's messengers were. So they had this special power. So they knew. And when their description comes, Tulsidaji has used only word Kautuki. There they saw the Kautuka, no Krupala, because they're the Kautuki. They're just watching fun. She didn't even come in a row where Narad Muni was sitting. And all the time, these Rudraganas were making fun of Narad Muni. Oh, I think she is going to marry him only. No question. No wonderful, beautiful person like this. And there she comes and says, whoo, and she bends. She goes. So Narad Muni says, how did that happen? So the Rudraganas, while going, they also depart and saying, Look your face once in a mirror, go. And they run. So Naradji, maybe there is some water somewhere, he looks and he sees the monkey form. So he gets raged in anger. He said, Lord deceived me. He curses these Rudraganas, and then in a great rage, anger, he said, I'm going to go to Lord, and I don't know, what would I do? Shall I kill him? Those are the words. And he goes to Lord Vishnu. He wants to go. He starts going from there. That part we'll see next time. What happened? And our time is over. I didn't do it by purpose. But this was very nice thing. Remember, our story is, if we are laughing to ourselves, that is good. Narad Muni is, we may have gone into Narad Muni many times, these punishments. But what he says, and Lord's Kautuka and Daya, both are simultaneously, will continue to come for a devotee. And Tulsidas is telling why Lord took avatar. That story will complete next week. There is a outside chance that I may not be here next Friday. If that happens, we'll see following Friday. What is the hurry? Okay, so we'll chant the ending prayer. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.